big question today.
Yeah.
Title of your article, December 24th, day before Christmas, 1967. And a fantastic title, which everybody's going to grip onto, is Which Christmas Will It Be?
Now, we have a lot of different types of Christmases.
Yes, we do.
We do. And
many different types.
We have a commercial world that is very believing because they start celebrating Christmas before Halloween. But that Christmas is a different kind of Christmas. It's a commercial Christmas. It's a Christmas of Santa Claus.
It's a marketing Christmas.
A marketing Christmas. Which Christmas will it be? Children have their own idea. What Christmas will it be? The time when you get good gifts. Which Christmas will it be for you and me? I ask myself that question. The challenge is to again go to the source and look at the original and see what it was that happened and its impact on me and my life and your life.
Well, you went back to the beginning of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So okay. There's no reason not to go back to the beginning of Christmas.
Well, someone by the name of Harold Begbie, who wrote a life of William Booth. William Booth was the founder of Salvation Army.
Okay.
Back in England. Who said the Christian ideal, it is said, has not been tried and found wanting. It has been found difficult and left untried.
Now, that makes sense. Okay. Difficult usually means untried.
Yeah.
Even in today's society.
And I think that's a clue to why we water it down. We bring in the sentimental stuff like Santa Claus and everything, make it look nice. And it's nice for parades and gifts and Christmas trees and all that. That's fine. Let's have that. But we don't want to get a little deeper into it.
I want my son. I can tell this is a video I'm going to be showing my son every Christmas.
Okay.
Because I want him to understand the true meaning of Christmas.
Okay.
And now to understand that it doesn't have to be one true meaning. It's going to be many different types. So we get to see the marketing Christmas, see this version, see this version. It's okay to embrace them all, right?
But yeah, I don't want to, I don't want to be a Grinch and take all that away. But it all points to something. And let's go back to what it is pointing to.
Okay.
Now, this Christian ideal is what we're talking about, is based on the life and claims of the one who was born in a stable, was a refugee, illegal or legal, I'm not sure, owned no property, had no formal education, wandered all over the land, was misunderstood by his friends, betrayed by his disciple, and killed by his people. Now, how can you make anything positive out of this?
Well, in a lot of ways, but when you look at this from the beginning to the end of Jesus' life, this is what he went through and knew it was coming.
It was coming, and the miracle of it all is that God has captured us in this story, and we're part of that story now. And we are his followers. So are we following blindly into disaster, or are we following one who ultimately will be declared the living God in the midst of dying humanity?
Well, I know what I was like before I had Jesus Christ in my life and God and the church, and I was a mess.
Well,
so if he's wrong, which he's not, how could have it improved me so drastically in such a short amount of time?
Well, that's the miracle of faith. Dare we surrender our will and our life to him? Of course not. Everybody knows how impractical and even suicidal his ideas are. I'm being facetious here, please.
I get the...
You get it? I hope our readers...
I'm picking up the sarcasm from this side of the table.
I hope our listeners will catch it too. But I tell you what we will do. we will improve, change, and reshape them so that they will become attractive, acceptable, and enjoyable. So instead of a smelly stable, we will have an idyllic pastoral scene. Instead of a hard-eyed revolutionary, we will have a pudgy, jolly, red-coated or cloaked Santa with his eternal ho-ho-ho. Instead of hearing the plaintive cry of the hungry, the wounded, and the clash of war, we will broadcast out of every radio and TV now beautiful music which will always sing of peace and joy. Then we will all turn to each other and in 1,000 commercially glorified ways say, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. That's what's happened. And there's a big wave. I've caught myself being moved by the wave also. As a pastor, how much can I push the real versus the imaginary, because they're children, kids, and people say, parents say, oh, don't be a Grinch again, But we have to tell the real story. So this baby born, the real Christmas, which will it be? It will be of the one born in a stable, in hostile environment, and we will adjust accordingly.
I just can't believe how easy it sinks in. Born in a stable, was a refugee, owned no property, had no formal education, wandered all over the land, misunderstood by his friends, betrayed by a disciple, and killed by his people. Versus ho, ho, ho. Now that, my friend, that's dynamic.
Okay. It is.
That shows the different size. So that means, which Christmas will it be? Is it Daddy, I want another present Christmas? Or is it understand what we were really given at Christmas?
Well,
and I like how different it is. Because if it was too close together, it wouldn't be understandable.
Yeah. And the challenge for me is every year, and every year I write a Christmas letter that goes to friends. And,
okay.
And the challenge is, what am I going to say about Jesus this year? I always open with a statement. And I'm having a hard time. Because the Jesus of history seems so far away. And the Jesus of glamour, what I call the American ingenuity, created by American ingenuity, is very real. And I get caught up in it. So it takes faith, it takes prayer, it contemplation again. Read the original story and see how I can capture the spirit of that and introduce it into my life.
Without scaring people off and having them run away.
Yeah, and be sensitive to people in the world who are so unfortunate today in terms of food, shelter, clothing. What can I do to alleviate the suffering? That to me is a challenge of Christmas.
I turn to the people on the side of the road again. Because I know it's something everybody encounters every day.
Yeah.
They want money, they want this, they want that. But my son and I have been making sandwiches.
Oh.
And then we hand them out. Give me a sandwich, and I give it to these people, and because I understand that they're hungry. Because I was hungry.
Yeah.
We're hungry in different ways.
Yeah.
But when you have no food, it's easy to give up hope.
Yeah.
And so for this Christmas, we've decided to try and hand out sandwiches to those people on the, from our car. Okay, so we're still pretty much Orange County, California, but we've really tried to embrace both sides of Christmas, the giving and the receiving. And this is going to be very good for my son and other people to listen to, is to surrender our will and our life to him.
And put ourselves in a place of inconvenience. Not easy to take a sandwich to somebody by the side of the road.
No.
I had a man...
Actually, it took me a while to do it. It took me a month to get it all prepared.
I used to admire a man in my former church who's passed on now, and he had a little son, a 3-year-old son. They used to make these bags with daily cosmetic needs, toothpaste, brush, etc. Have them in the car and then go by, Santa Ana River. There's a lot of homeless people living
The camps,
in the canyon, and they used to go and share it with them,
That's
distribute
beautiful.
them. The sad story is his son died of cancer before he was 4 years old, and he himself passed away a couple years later. But he was considered some kind of a weirdo by our church. It's interesting. Jesus was considered a weirdo.
Hey,
So-
not that I'm anywhere near that level, but I am definitely considered
Well,
something new and weird at our church too.
like we say, nonconformist. And it takes time to find the value in a person who's like that. Take time. I used to, after his son died, every week I used to go have lunch with him and got to know him. He used to tell me his story and all that. And we need this kind of in-depth relationships to make life meaningful. Everything is so shallow.
Yes,
Everything is hello, how are you, goodbye.
yes, what they call pie crust promises, right? Easily made, easily broken. That's Mary Poppins.
That's interesting. Yeah, very true. So I value the reminder that God has for me in many different ways. That God is still there for me and for us. This experience we're having today, 6 months ago, I thought would have been crazy.
Yes,
But
definitely.
here it is. Here
definitely. And here it is.
Is there something here in which God is here? I believe it is.
I believe so too.
And yet it's very human. We come in with our doubts, our questions, our fears, our failings, but we're still here. We carry on. May
Well,
it be-
it's which Christmas will it be? And judging by where we are, it's definitely going to be a ho ho ho, jolly old elf Christmas.
yeah.
But as the last gift is unwrapped and you start to go through that present detox, because there's nothing left to open, or at least nothing big, right?
Yeah.
Just stocking stuffers. There's an emptiness after you open that last present when your whole Christmas is about presents.
Yeah, of course.
So maybe instead of, and I'm going to try and be Pastor Cass here, maybe instead of presents with a T,
Presence.
maybe we should be more concerned with presents
Yeah.
with a C.
And the presence is us. So with your son having you there, continuing with him is that presence. And God will speak through you and share his love with you,
Wow.
with him.
I hope we all get to experience a moment like that this
Amen.
Christmas.
Amen.